Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the 1-day chart. We're sitting here just above 53 cents. And everybody's waiting for the same thing. They're waiting for XRP to start to break out. Right now, we are still following Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin starts to take off, it will lead us into alt season. But for XRP, there's another catalyst that we're waiting on, and that's the launch of Ripple's new RLUSD. That could be a major catalyst for XRP. Now, a lot of people are expecting very big things. This comes from Blue Hawk Legend. Ripple's XRP price approaches crazy explosion point as whales unlock mysterious accumulation pattern. So first they're talking about the last 10 days, where whales accumulated over 470 million XRP. Then they go on to talk about how XRP has broken out of the 6.69 year pennant pattern. And if we were to follow this pattern, we could possibly get up to $200 XRP. But then they go on to say, if you look at it over the 3-year triangle pattern, XRP might hit $10 to $20 this cycle. I see people making so many different predictions for the price of XRP. A lot of the predictions are above 3 digits, but conservatively, people are still expecting us to hit $20 plus. Crypto expert says it would be weird for XRP to not hit $20. So they're saying it's going to be very weird if we don't get above $20. So that would most likely be a very conservative price prediction for XRP in this next run. But what I'm looking for is real value, real world use case pushing the price of XRP. And I think RLUSD will bring that utility that we're looking for. And then a lot of people talked about XRP being frozen in the past. And I was going to play this short clip in that video yesterday. But this is what I wanted to point out right here. No one ever had their XRP frozen. You can't freeze XRP. Take a listen.
Maybe this is wrong. I want you to clarify this for me. And maybe it's completely wrong. But in this one example is that somebody got their XRP frozen, right? When they tried to dump it. And please clarify that particular point. If you can like maybe it's different.
Yeah, that's no one's ever had their XRP frozen. You can't freeze XRP. There's not the ability to freeze XRP on the XRP ledger. So the incident you possibly are referring to was one of the original founders, a guy called Jed McCaleb, who sold his XRP for USD, and that was then seized on an exchange, right? Had he have kept his funds in XRP, there would have been no way to have seized it, right? Bar going after him with a large spanner, right? Which is the same attack you can do on Bitcoiners. So no, XRP can't be frozen. There isn't any facility or ability to freeze XRP on the XRP ledger.
So that makes XRP completely decentralized. And I even seen other people talking about this on X recently, saying XRP can be frozen. Why would anybody ever want to hold XRP? Well, there you have it. It has never been frozen in the past, and it's not going to be frozen in the future. This ought to be good. Wonder if they'll expose themselves as a fraud. Tether teases USDT documentary on the 10th anniversary. Now, they go on to talk about how they're doing great things in the world. Our focus has always been and always will be the last mile. Rich people have already tens of ways to transact and store wealth. We build financial tech for the people left behind. They're talking about banking the unbanked. But Ripple's already banking the unbanked. Stellar's banking the unbanked. Hedera is now banking the unbanked. So, same thing with Algorand. You know, whenever somebody brings up anything around Tether, right away, they try to make it look like they're doing good things in the world. Why do they have to try so hard to point that out? And what about this right here coming from Ripple's? I'm going to leave this here. Ripple wasn't kidding. I think Bitcoin and Tether was. You can interoperate the word kidding. So you see right here, Ripple gives away $29 million of its cryptocurrency to public schools. So what was Ripple implying? That Bitcoin and Tether is used for very dark activity. And you know, this would make sense. Did you ever take notice? The US government doesn't crack down on Tether, creating Tether out of thin air. Yet Brad Sherman says only the US government can create value out of thin air by printing US dollars. So why are they letting Tether get away with this? I think it's because Tether launders money for the US government. That's why it's allowed to continue so far. But now Ripple's new RLUSD is coming, and they're going to tokenize the US debt. So they will no longer need Tether going forward once that happens. That's when they will decide to crack down on Tether, and they will do it through regulations. Now, everybody always said I hold Bitcoin because it's untrackable money. You probably heard that at some point as a crypto investor. The team responsible behind tracking down the funds when Chris Larson's XRP wallet was hacked held a presentation at XRP Ledger Apex 2024 alongside an Amazon Web Services rep, talking about the business case of artificial intelligence when it comes to blockchain. Using AI to track funds across blockchains seems to be a massive business case, and the race for regulatory technology is underway. They were also responsible for tracking funds in the FTX and Alameda scandal as well. They're talking about Anchain. Take a listen to what he says here.
You know, from that sort of like from the compliance and regulatory aspect, right? Bringing sort of our insights into how we're leveraging AI to detect illicit activity before it happens, while it's happening, or even after it has happened. These sort of activity events can be like, you know, terrorist financing in the most recent Israeli and Palestinian conflict, and detecting sort of those transactions that are taking place. We've also used our AI models during Chris Larson's hack that happened recently. We were also bringing forward analytics and sort of mapping the transactions between Alameda Research and FTX. We actually like to believe that we're the whistleblower, if not one of the whistleblowers, to bring sort of that insight forward to Bloomberg. So that's how we've been sort of.
So they were one of the whistleblowers on FTX. Now, people always said, how could they ever track your transactions when you're using crypto? Believe me, I believe the IRS is always using AI already. Everything you do, whether it be crypto, is trackable. Or if you're using bank funds, doing bank wire transfers, it doesn't matter what you're doing. They will use AI to track every single transaction. And this is going to pick up momentum over time as well. But if they're able to track all these funds already, could you imagine what level that they use to track all the world's Bitcoin? But remember, the Bitcoin maxis say no one can track any of the Bitcoin. That was always bullshit, even from day one. Confirmation from the Central Bank of Canada indicates that the switch refers to the activation of blockchain technology. In her words, things may start to go wrong. Explains that the financial technology currently used by financial institutions may not function as well in the future, which will encourage the switch to blockchain. So the only thing holding back the switch, and the switch isn't some imaginary switch that David Schwartz is going to one day flip. It's just the switch from the system we're using right now over to a digital system, a blockchain system. David Schwartz also confirmed that the lack of confidence among banks is a primary factor in flipping the switch to cryptocurrency-based transactions such as XRP. So the switch is real, and that's what the switch is. Now, what's holding back the switch? Regulations. Major sign that U.S. crypto regulations are near. The U.S. House Committee on Financial Services has sent a letter to FDIC chairman demanding information about the FDIC's sudden shift on digital asset regulations. The committee is pushing to uncover why the FDIC stopped developing crypto regulations and has set a deadline for internal communications by October 7th, 2024. That's today. Crucially, internal communications with the SEC will also be made public. I'd like to see that. Could you imagine what they're talking about in those communications? Congress is stepping up its role in crypto regulation, shown by the House Committee's demand for detailed records from the FDIC, Federal Reserve, and SEC. With key players like Patrick McHenry and Maxine Waters leading this charge, we're seeing a push to fast-track a solid regulatory framework for crypto. The timing is no accident. It matches the growing focus on digital assets, particularly with the rise of CBDCs. This October 7th deadline reveals an urgency in closing the regulatory gaps, sending a strong signal that clearer U.S. crypto regulations are coming soon. There is a very good chance we will have U.S. crypto regulations by the end of this year. If that happens, you could expect institutional adoption to skyrocket, eventually leading us to mass adoption. That's how close we actually are. Owning your identity in the Web3 age, the shift to decentralized security. This comes from Blue Hawk Legend as well. So real world benefits, how Web3 identity is already working for us. So you see in finance, providing your identity is a hassle, especially when you need to do it over and over again for different financial services. Decentralized identities allow you to verify your identity once and then use that same verification across multiple platforms. It simplifies the process and keeps your personal information more secure. Healthcare. Medical records are a treasure trove for hackers, but Web3 allows you to store your health data securely and share it only with people who really need it, like your doctor or hospital. Education. Ever had to scramble to prove you have a degree or a certification? With Web3, universities can issue digital diplomas that are easy to verify online. You can instantly prove your qualifications anywhere in the world without the risk of document fraud. So as we see Web3 pick up momentum, you are going to have a decentralized identity. It's absolutely coming. It's going to lead to that digital ID. And I think that digital ID is going to be like a worldwide ID, like a global ID, because they want to make every single person a world citizen, not just a citizen of the United States or the UK, but a worldwide citizen. And that's how you will be able to travel in the future as well. You're going to have a digital ID to do anything as we push into the future. Then there's this. David Schwartz has the full set of skills to be Satoshi. In 2013, he was interviewed about his professional background before joining Ripple in November 2011. Besides being an early Bitcoin developer, he has done work with the U.S. military, FBI, NATO, and was a contractor for the NSA. Now look at what this says, and I think a lot of people overlook this because they were just looking to see what David Schwartz knew about Bitcoin. But this has a dark undertone. So you see here, I would say that I'm most proud of the time I spent consulting for the NSA in 2001. It was an amazing experience and played a significant role in my decision to make cryptography my career focus. What are some of the down-the-road possibilities for Ripple? I think the social credit aspect is the most exciting. I don't think the world is quite ready for that yet. But over time, as new tools are developed and social rules change, social credit has the potential to completely change how people think about money. It will require social changes, but so did Facebook and texting, and those changes happened. In the long term, I'd like to see finance integrated into social relationships rather than being an awkward secret. Is that talking about a social credit score and tying your social credit score to finance? That's what it sounds like to me. And that was David Schwartz all the way back in 2011, already talking about possible social credit score. What are your thoughts on that? Put it in the comments section down below. But you know, we're still sitting here looking at XRP just above 53 cents. And once that breakout moment happens, let me tell you something, that's when the excitement will begin. What I'm telling you is now is not the time to get emotional on your XRP holdings. Whatever happens going forward, just know we are only weeks to months away from a massive breakout happening. It can happen at any moment. Now is not the time to sell your XRP. I keep seeing people saying I'm frustrated with XRP not moving. Once it moves, all that frustration will be gone and excitement will fill you like never before. Just stay patient, stay positive, so we can get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.